Heyo, what's going on everyone? Nathan here. So if you're just like me, then you're also a case person and you just don't want a chance dropping your phone flat on the pavement and it just smashing everywhere. But you might also not want to completely cover up these beautiful devices with some kind of ugly case. Thankfully, there are plenty of companies out there now making clear cases so you can both protect your phone and still admire its beauty. And so at the start of this year, I ended up getting the iPhone 13 Pro and absolutely love this Sierra blue color, so I knew I wanted a clear case. Apple provides their own, so I ended up getting that. But with Apple, it comes at a premium. You know them, you gotta pay to play. And so after using it for a couple months, I was kind of curious and I wanted to get the highest rated clear case on Amazon, which turns out to be the Spigen Ultra Hybrid MagSafe case. So after using both of them for an extended period of time now, I want to give you my complete honest thoughts as to if it's worth paying more than 2 times as much just for the Apple name. And if you're ready for that, let's get into it. So these are the 2 cases right here, and right now down in the comments, I want you to guess which one's which just based off of this. So the first one I want to dive into is Apple's clear case with MagSafe. So this is coming in at $49 flat and is made of a flexible polycarbonate material. Apple claims that they also put an anti-scratch coating both on the inside and outside of it, and all the materials that are used in this are optimized to prevent yellowing over time. So I've only had this case now for 3 months, and that's definitely not enough time to see yellowing. I've had clear cases in the past before that have definitely yellowed over time, but never one from Apple. So I'm really curious to see how this lasts, let's say like a year from now and further beyond that. Since this case is made by Apple, you know that the fit is going to be flawless. So there are raised lips around both the camera system and the front screen itself. So just like every classic Apple case, the bottom of this just has one large cutout and not little individual ones for both the speakers and the lightning port. So I don't see this being a problem in the future, but it is just like a little worry for me that it is just like this one open slot, and it really does provide less protection than, let's say, if there were individual cutouts for everything down here. Inside the middle of this case, there are white MagSafe magnets, and I've noticed no difference from using just a naked iPhone versus it with the case on, with my one MagSafe accessory, which is a car mount inside my car. And it worked perfectly fine, so you don't have to worry about like losing like that strength with a case on it. So now onto the Spigen Ultra Hybrid case. So this is selling for $45 on Spigen's website, but you can find it on Amazon for just 20 bucks. So at the time of making this video, the Spigen Ultra Hybrid has over 2,000 reviews on Amazon and has a 4.6 out of 5-star rating. So this case is made up of a flexible TPU material around all the edges, and on the back it has a more durable polycarbonate material. So this case only adds 2.2 millimeters of thickness to your phone, and just like the Apple case, I noticed like no difference between the two. They're both extremely thin cases and as thin as they come. And just like the Apple case, the Spigen MagSafe works perfectly fine. I have noticed no difference in strength between the 2 cases. They both work just as intended and don't affect the phone and its MagSafe capabilities whatsoever. This case has a military grade drop protection, and that comes from their air cushion technology found in the buttons and in each corner of the case. So this air cushion technology is just little gaps in the case itself that allows for air to stay there, and this just helps with shock absorption if you were to drop it. The buttons on this case are just as tactile as they are on the Apple one, and I really haven't noticed any difference between the two. And also, this clear case has 3 different color MagSafe magnets, the white one which I have here, and then it also comes in a black or a carbon fiber option as well. So after going over each of these cases, now I want to talk about the differences between the two. And the first one is just the choice of materials. So because Spigen has 2 different types of materials, a more flexible one on the outside and then a hard one on the back, compared to Apple's, which is just one material, a solid piece all the way around, I do foresee the Spigen case kind of lasting longer and being more durable as time goes on. So I've already cracked the Apple case right here in the bottom left hand corner of it from a drop that happened about a month ago, and it didn't like split off clean, but now I do have a crack in my case, and I can just foreseeing this getting worse over time as I drop it here and there. But with Spigen's flexible TPU material around the sides, I definitely can see this just not really cracking unless it lands flat on its back from a high height. Then the polycarbonate on the back will probably crack, but just from everyday drops, I could definitely see this lasting a little longer. And so now, this is just me nitpicking these cases, but this is just something I have noticed and I want to let you know about. So because there are two materials on the Spigen, you can feel where the two materials connect. And so what I mean by that is like there's a little tiny sharp edge along where the TPU meets the polycarbonate. And there's also like lips around the back corners of the case, and those aren't there on the Apple one. So again, I think that this will add just a slight more protection to it, but it's like an edge and you can feel it. And so compared to the Apple one, which is just one solid piece, it's as smooth as butter from corner to corner. It is just something I've noticed. It doesn't bother me. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's just something that you might notice as well. So now the next difference is Spigen's complete coverage on every edge of the phone. The entire bottom of this case has exact cutouts for the speakers and the lightning port itself. This just offers a little more protection for any like sort of weird drop. There's a lip that covers the bottom of the screen, and there isn't one for the Apple case. Another very tiny difference that has absolutely no effect on the phone itself, but the lip around the Spigen case is ever so slightly larger than the Apple one, and because of this, Spigen had to make like a little extra cutout for the microphone at the top of the phone. It could affect some specific screen protectors for your phone. Mine's fit perfectly fine with both of the cases, so just a little extra something to keep in mind. And so the last difference I've noticed between these two is that the Spigen case has an ever so slightly blue tint around the edges. And again, this is me just absolutely nitpicking these two. The Apple case is crystal clear and probably one of the clearest cases you'll find, but right next to that is the Spigen one, and again, it's just a little hint of blue. It doesn't bother me, especially if you have the Sierra Blue iPhone. Like, it just blends right in, like you really don't notice it at all. So after completely scrutinizing these two relatively simple cases, my final verdict on which one you should pick up is go with the Spigen Ultra Hybrid and save that extra $30 and put it towards some sort of MagSafe accessory. For a case that costs less than half of what Apple is charging, you're getting a product that looks identical to the Apple one, arguably has more protection to it, and I truly believe will be more durable in the long run because of that TPU material on the outsides, and you're also not giving up on its MagSafe capabilities. You really can't go wrong with this case. And for anyone who knows me or has been like a subscriber to this channel for a while, you know I'm a huge Apple fanboy, and I gotta be honest here, Spigen takes it on this round. So that is gonna be it for this comparison. If you enjoyed this video or if you learned something new, then please don't forget to like the video and subscribe down below, as I don't want you to miss anything else I have in the future. And with that being said, have a great day everyone, and cheers.